Hello, this is R&K Cards and Collectibles. Just kind of going through the 2021 National. Just the event occurred a week ago. I spent some time there. I was able to get to the 41st National in Chicago. Being Chicagoan, it's pretty easy for me to get there, and I try to go to every National that's been in this area. It's been about 8 of them since 2002. 2002 was the first one I attended back in August 8th through 11th back in 2002. I've been to 8 since then, including this last one that just occurred. So I found the flyer from the 23rd National back in 2002. So I figured I'd share it with you all, just to show you who was there, what celebrities were there, what sports stars were there, and even showing you some of the prices back then. I know autograph prices have gone up dramatically over the years, and you could see some of the bargains back in almost 18 years ago for some of these athletes. First of all, just seeing some of the people that were there. You could see, of course, Cal Ripken was there. It's his first time in 10 years. You could see his prices. Actually, his prices are pretty much similar to what he charges now, so it didn't really change too much for him. But the next part I just wanted to stop and talk about was the boxers that were there. Muhammad Ali actually appeared at the National back then. You could see his prices, $350 and $395. I think there's a lot of people that would be willing to pay for that now if Muhammad Ali was still alive. And same with Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier was also there. Of course, Joe Namath was there. Bobby Hall and Gordie Howe, the late Gordie Howe, were there as well. Good selection of sports stars, as you could see. In hockey, Chelios Makita, and then of course baseball, Steve Carlton. And you're going to see a group of guys that have unfortunately just passed away in the last year or so. Well, of course, we lost Tom Seaver in the last year and Whitey Ford. They were both there. You can see the prices too. Tom Seaver, only $45. He was that to me, that would have been a steal back then. And then next page, also, you can see several guys that have passed away in the last few years, including Stan Musial and Lou Brock, I think, just passed away last year, along with Bob Gibson. So those are some of the athletes that were there back then. I'll show you something at the very end. Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks is one of the guys, of course, being a Chicago Cub fan, one of the guys I just had to meet, of course. And I'll show you something I still have in my possession that I obtained that day from him. They had a little bit of a theme of the 1980 Olympic hockey team, the Miracle on Ice, of course. The coach, the late Herb Brooks, was there, and Jim Craig. And a few of the old Bears were there. Jim McMahon, of course, William Perry, and a few other guys as well, some Hall of Famers. So, and then a couple of the late additions that they had, including Don Larson and Gaylord Perry and so forth. So it's kind of nice to reflect back at the National. Like I said, this was the first one I ever attended in Chicago in 2002, and I mentioned there's been 8 since then in Chicago. Back then, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, they kind of rotated some cities. It was in California, it was in New Jersey, Cleveland, and lately, probably in the last 10 years, I think it's almost every other year in Chicago now. It's kind of been that trend the last few years, so that's something I look forward to, is being able to go to the National. And just to show you the one bit of memorabilia I had signed, I still have in my possession, was a signed Ernie Banks bat. This was an old Louisville Slugger bat I bought at the show. You could see Ernie Banks as a signature, and he put down his Mr. Cub and his HOF 77. So this bat that I obtained back in 2002, of course, it's still part of my PC. I like to show that off as much as I can, a lot of stuff. Like I said, I've fortunate over the years to meet several of these Hall of Famers over the years. I did collect a lot. And, you know, the other thing about the National, that same venue, the Rosemont Center, also has other sports shows as well during the year. They usually have 3 a year, and I've been able to attend most of those over the last almost 18 to 20 years. And so I've accumulated a lot of merchandise and a lot of memorabilia over the years with many of these Hall of Famers. Of course, there's always ones I wish I would have met and didn't do. Muhammad Ali would be, of course, on top of that list. So that's it. Just a short, hopefully short video, just talking about some reflections of the National and kind of going over my first National. If you please hit the like button, also comment, subscribe, and please hit the bell icon too for notification for upcoming videos. Well, thanks again for watching. And this is once again our Cards and Collectibles.